Yeah,
Well,
right. I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
And I was encouraged too that you were, it sounded like you said not only was I receiving gifts from the juniper tree, but I was also giving the juniper tree
exactly.
a gift. That was really heartening to me. And I wanted to read another quote from your book. I want to say this was in
Please.
the second, not the intro per se, but the part after that. You said, a reciprocal relationship is one in which everyone is both giving and receiving from one another. Reciprocal blessings are when what is being exchanged is valuable and makes life better than it would be otherwise. True friendship is a reciprocal blessing. So, from that question, I could think of so many ways in which the plants give back to us. And we've kind of covered it a little bit, but just kind of curious from your perspective, what are some ways that we can give back to the plants? And I want to say you actually have a section in here that covers some of that, but how can we give back to the plants that give us so much?
Right. Well, I mean, obviously we can take care of them, right? If it's a drought, we can water them.
Mm.
If we have a garden and the plant is undernourished, right, we can pour nettle tea into the earth, or a seaweed tea or compost tea, right? We can take care of the plants. We also tend to the plants by paying attention to them,
Mm.
right? By listening to them, by receiving their wisdom, you know, literally, physiologically, they are our elders. They have been on the earth far, far, far longer than we two-leggeds than we humans have been. And so they have so much to teach us. And because we're in danger of killing ourselves and taking a lot of life with us, the earth will survive. But we would like to also, I would like us to also, and I think many people would, right? The plants have messages. So it's sort of like, imagine that you are trying to teach somebody, a kid, maybe something important that you see would really help them, and they just won't listen.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. So I would say that listening to them and learning their teachings is a way of also tending and taking care of plants. Um, yeah, and then in something I literally just did was recorded a little video about creating a giveaway bag.
Nice.
Right. So, it can be, I just put them away, or I'd show you, but, something, it can be the simplest little muslin bag, or it could be something fancy that you paint and put sequins and feathers on, or whatever. Right. But something that when you go to the plant to harvest, especially for medicine, physical, spiritual, emotional, or mental, right. Or food, right. That you put down something. It's a gift of gratitude, and you say thank you. That
Mm.
tends to the plants. I bet you've noticed this. Maybe a lot of you have seen this. Like, when there's happiness going on in the home, our plants are happier.
Mm.
Sometimes when we're going through stuff, we're fighting with somebody, whatever, whatever, right? You start to notice your plants are suffering too,
Yeah.
right? So everything we do for ourselves, we do for the plants and one another. And everything we do to ourselves, we do to everything else. So, that's just some thoughts on that. I
Beautiful.
had, yeah, I had a friend finally leave her husband because she said the plants are dying. Like, what more do I say? And she became a healthier person. So, our health is really important,
Yeah.
right? And the plants give us the gift of kinship is immensely important for our mental, emotional health. Right? It's like so important. I had no idea this was something the plants had for me when I turned to them way back looking for answers to health problems.
Yeah.
And in addition, they have so much to offer us for our health, right? I mean, obviously, I kept it, kind of on the simpler side for kids. I wasn't talking about, if you're having heart failure, use, rose or hawthorn berry, what have you. But we can learn and get started with things like scrapes and bumps and bruises, or headaches, or anxiety, or right. I mean,
Mm.
kids have all those things, and the plants have answers for us, right? They're remarkable,
Yeah.
right? So letting them help us is not with greed, right? But with gratitude is another way of tending to the plants, right? Moving into deeper relationship, like you said, like you would with me or
Yep.
your wife, or
Yeah. I mean, giving is like the greatest joy. When you're giving someone a gift or kind words, or it feels good for the person giving it. So when we
Exactly.
accept that from the plants, we're
Right.
doing them a solid too.
And if you think about it, especially now, giving any plant your time, your attention, your full attention is huge. In the same way that that is honestly the greatest gift you can give a person, right? Is your full present attention awareness. That's something the plants help us return to in my experience, right? They help us kind of go against the cultural narrative of what's normal back into more natural rhythms. And only that takes a little bit of willingness to, to receive that teaching, but it's very much matters. Like, I think it's going to be pivotal to our well-being moving forward into these unprecedented times we're moving into, where technology is going to accelerate at a pace we can't even imagine it yet. I intuitively feel this. It's just things are going to be shifting so rapidly that this connection, through a cup of tea,
Yeah.
right, or through just getting barefoot and putting your feet on the earth, right? Or there's a beautiful rose ritual for the kids in the book. And you know what? I just had this thought, Mason. I want to share an image that relates to what you described with the connecting ritual that you did with the tree.
Yeah.
And I saw it at the time. I was like, oh, I want to show this. And now, of course, it's hiding. All right, I'll show a different one. You're drinking rose.
Sure.
I'll show rose. I'll
There we
show a
go.
beautiful rose picture. But it's the dandelion, the sharing breath. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's right in the beginning. So
Oh
this
yeah.
is what you were doing, right, with your juniper, is exhaling and letting the plant physically take you in, and inhaling what the plant is exhaling. And this is not metaphysical woo woo. This is physiologically what's happening. So that helps me because I want to be connected with reality. I'm not interested in the magic that is false, right? And literally, we are always connected with the plants and trees. We are breathing in what they exhale, and they breathe in what we exhale. So what we're really doing in the way we're working and talking about green witch rituals and plant magic is reminding us of what's true and what's always happening,
Mm,
you know, helping
absolutely.
us remember.